Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael Grass. This is the Grassroots 304 podcast, episode number 70. And tonight, my special guests, our band all the way here from Bowling, Kentucky. It's Wolf. Guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to West Virginia.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You can come up on the mic a little bit, too.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Is this y'all's first time in West Virginia, or have you played here before?
It's our first time.
In West Virginia, not just like Charleston?
Yep.
Okay, cool. In Bowling Green, we were talking earlier, Bowling Green, there's another band out of Bowling Green called Cage the Elephant, right?
Yeah, Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
They kind of put Bowling Green on the map for rock bands, don't they?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of bands I think that have come out of Bowling Green. There's Cage the Elephant. Are the Kentucky Headhunters out from?
They're close enough.
Close
man.
enough.
Close
There's
enough to
Government
Bowling Green.
Cheese, I think.
Yeah, you got to talk about Blackstone Cherry.
Blackstone Cherry. There's Sam Bush.
Yeah.
Right, Sam Bush.
Yeah.
There's a lot of music that's come out of Bowling Green.
Yeah.
And then there's bands not so known but great, like Morning Teleportation. So yes, there's a lot out there.
Okay. So, like, tell me about your all's band. How did y'all start? How long have you been playing for? How'd you guys meet?
We've been playing about a year and a half, and we've been playing live shows and getting a pretty good response and trying to put together some stuff for Spotify, some live recordings that we can translate into people listening in their car and on their playlist type of stuff. We jam. We try to jam. We do our best to jam. Sometimes when it hits, sometimes the magic can really happen, but what were you saying? You just want to know about the band?
Good. Yeah, like,
tell them what you think about the band.
How'd y'all start? How'd you form? Like, you've got quite a collective group here.
Well,
Let's Sam and Melissa talk about them forming the band. All right, yeah.
So, I mean, at least my first experience playing with Melissa, and I don't think Wolf was a thing, was you playing in my band, Marmalade.
That's
right?
true.
And so I saw her play her electric flute setup, which, what pedal are you using again?
Helix.
The Helix. And so she's doing these electric flute solos at these classical concerts, and everybody's just in awe. And I was like, let me get her to play on some weird French jazz music.
Okay.
And then I think, how many months after that did you guys start Wolf? Was it?
I think we were getting started about that time.
Yeah.
We were,
Yeah.
it
A few
was,
months later, I
It was a
think.
few months
Yeah.
later.
I think that was in January that y'all did that, or at least that's when y'all put out that video.
Yeah.
Maybe it was October. It was sometime in the fall when we were just starting to get the wheels turning just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
So
well,
was that like the fall of 2023?
I
Yeah.
think so. Fall of
Yeah,
2023.
fall of 2023, Wolf formed.
Okay.
Now, I'm not one of, like, the original guys. I'm the first keyboard player, but, I mean, Sam, you were there.
Yeah, so my How I Met Melissa story was actually funny enough. I met her, we were both playing music at the same church. So we got to know each other a little bit through that. And then I started getting more into some of the jam band genre of music. And I was seeing these videos she put out, you know, just ripping Pink Floyd and all these rock songs and doing it with loops and effects and stuff, which I was kind of getting into. So I think one day I hollered at her and I was like, hey, let's do, what Pink Floyd song was it? It was, I can't remember. It was a bit of a deeper cut Pink Floyd song, and I hollered at her. I was like, hey, let's get together and just do kind of just the two of us. We'll do the pedals thing. We'll record this. And, you know, we did that, and we, you know, threw it up on Instagram and Facebook and that, and she was telling me just, you know, about her kind of idea and dream of starting a band, which I'll let her tell you about. But just from that point on, I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. Let's do it and let's get after it.
Okay. So, but Melissa, this is kind of like, between both of you, it's like your all's brainchild to, like, make this happen.
This has been my brainchild
Yeah.
for over 10 years, probably, I would
Okay.
say. So I've dreamed about playing with, I didn't know who it would be, but I'm delighted to get to play with these guys. So, wow, a lot of false starts trying to start this band over the years. And a lot of inspiration from actually my husband on the bass. Michael's on the bass.
Good name.
So we've
Michael.
really tried to form this group so many times. So it's definitely a dream that the five of you are willing to play some jams, and especially with all the crazy flute action that happens on top of it. So
Are you sure they want to play, or they're just like dragging along with you to make it happen?
they're sure acting like they want to
Sometimes.
play.
Oh, we love it.
So tell me, like, having a flute, how do you incorporate that into, like, the rock jam scene sort of thing?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not so, like,
a long, strange trip right there.
Yeah, what's that guy's name that plays the flute in
Jethro
like the
Tull.
'70s? Yeah, with Jethro Tull, right? So like you like channel any of that Jethro Tull energy when you're out there on the stage?
He's definitely set a high standard.
Yeah,
is
for sure.
the guy of
Mhm.
rock and roll flute. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm almost a guitar player that got trapped in a flute player's body. So to me, I feel like in my heart, I'm just a guitar player. And I studied a lot of guitar solos on the flute. So I don't think of it so much as the flute is just I make music and I happen to be playing the flute. So since there haven't been very many rock fluters, there's
fluters.
definitely some.
Uh,
You do have to figure some stuff out sometimes the hard way. It's just not a lot of. There's no flute effects pedal for
Yeah.
one, but that's what makes it so exciting for me because I don't feel bound by a lot of the rules, so to speak.
okay, and what kind of rules would these be exactly?
Well, I went to music school for a long time, so I
Okay.
have classical music training. So there's a bunch of rules right there. So
Uh-huh.
knowing that there isn't so many of them, at least I pretend like maybe there's not.
Okay, so is the flute, is that like the first instrument that you learned to play with, or did you just pick that up over time?
Nope, started in the 6th grade because it was the smallest one, and so it'd be the least amount of work to carry on the school bus.
That's a good idea.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very true.
I know, that's cool. So, saying it's like you never hear of that. We get a lot of jam bands that come through, and sometimes it'll be like a mix of like bluegrass and of course like playing a banjo or like a upright bass, or like sometimes there'll be something kind of a little bit more like psychedelic and heavy and stuff too. I even saw these guys, they were mixing like jazz fusion in with their rock, but like having the flute, that adds like a whole new dynamic to it that just isn't common. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm
That's-
glad you dig it.
Yeah, thank you. It's actually, we were talking earlier and I wanted to bring it up, but I didn't. I wanted to wait until this point. But like, I found you guys on Instagram through an ad, yeah, and saw that and then heard it and I was like, damn, like this sounds really good. I think they'd be a good fit for here at the shop. So that's why I wanted to reach out and try to make this thing happen.
you,
So
man.
yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course. Yeah, it hit the right people. The algorithm worked.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did.
That's good,
Yeah.
man.
Did.
You guys do like a bunch of different covers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite covers? Says here, I've read that you've got a Slipknot style cover for a jam. Can you tell me about
Tell
that?
me your favorite ones. Oh,
Well, tell me your favorites, but like I want to hear about this Slipknot jam too.
So we do the Grateful Dead trilogy. Help Slipknot Franklin's Tower as a fiddle player, playing these guitar lines. It was a learning process, because these were written by a guitar player. You have the shapes going across the fretboard. It works right on guitar. As somebody with no frets, it's a lot of jumping around. It was a lot of fun to learn it. So we've done it sometimes. It'll get 20, 25, 30 minutes long, and
Yeah.
we play through the composed bits, and then it just no telling where it may go, just as with any jam, and then we'll come back to it and finish out those mazes and go into Franklin's Tower and all of the verses of that song.
Yeah.
But we've done other songs with that similar style of segueing songs. We actually did, it was a Help Slipknot Franklin's Tower, but we put Honeybee in the middle of Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Help Slipknot, Honeybee, Slipknot, Franklin's Tower.
Okay.
And I think that was
It was
maybe
hell.
33 minutes long. So
Yeah,
that was a really fun one. But
It
we
was
do
good.
stuff like that where we're just, we'll do one song and get into a jam and then see where it takes us and get into another one.
Mhm.
But like I said, the covers we do, one of my favorites is it's one called Cosmic Messenger by electric jazz violinist Jean-Luc Ponty. That's one of my favorites to do, and I'll just pass it down.
Yeah, I like all the covers we do because honestly, we aside being a jam band, we don't have much of a nailed down genre that we stick to. It would be hard other than to just call us a rock band
Right.
in general. Like our sets usually it's a lot like a jukebox. It's like we're changing through different styles. But like Sam was saying, the jams are where it all really comes out, you know, and really our goal is to just kind of make you dance no matter what kind of genre
Right.
like it is. Like we just kind of want you to have a good time and just dance around. So
What does Michael
yeah.
say?
See what Michael's
Make the
Michael's
hippies
favorite.
dance?
Yeah, make the hippies dance.
Make the hippies dance.
My favorite cover.
Yeah, what's your favorite cover? Yeah. Mine's
Yeah.
all of them. That was
You know,
I did a cop out answer. Yeah.
I love playing songs to make, cover songs. These covers, when you play a song that connects with someone that they already know from a previous experience, sometimes it can bring that experience back to them that we don't even know about. Like we don't know your taste in music or what you know about music, but sometimes when we play a cover, it really connects with people just because they know it or they love it or whatever.
I feel like that could be an icebreaker with a new crowd.
Yeah,
Like,
if you have a new fan who doesn't know your music and they come to the show, they take a gamble, they go see Wolf, and they hear a song that they know and we do a good job playing it, to us that's a success. Like we gave joy to someone. Like these people who come and see Wolf and they're just experiencing this great joy, and you can see it from the stage. It's like, wow, they're really having a lot of fun. A lot of times it's not fun on stage. It might seem like it's fun, but like last night, I was sweating, dripping sweat from 7 till 2 a.m. just dripping sweat the whole time, loading,
Burning calories.
playing, everything. But there were moments in the show where I looked out in the crowd and I was like, man, they are really enjoying themselves, and that brings me joy. Like seeing someone else experience it, just kind of
fulfilling, right?
It just really feels great. And it's a lot of hard work out here on the road and playing rock and roll, but when you can connect with an audience like that, it just makes it all worthwhile. Like we don't make money in Wolf.
It's just out here grinding.
We're
trying to
just
make it
grinding,
happen.
rock and rolling,
Right.
trying to bust through, trying to catch a
Long way to the
effing
top.
break.
Yeah.
It is. It's a long way to the top, especially when you're as far down in the gutter as Wolf, because we're out here in the trenches of rock and roll trying to just grab onto anything, and if it's playing a cover and allowing someone some type of joyous experience, then like that is why we go through all this bullshit. Sorry.
You can say whatever you want.
Just
Shit, piss, fuck.
You got a bleep button, man. You bleep it out.
Nah, this ain't the radio,
we
dog.
just want to bring rock and roll. We want to bring rock and roll to people, and I'll move on. I'll let everybody else say their favorite covers, but I love playing the Disco Biscuits cover.
I was gonna say that's Michael's favorite, Tourists.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
I
Disco
love
Biscuits earlier.
playing the Disco Biscuits cover, and I think we might even add a new Disco Biscuits cover into the rotation just because it's so fun and people have really enjoyed it. And then the Grateful Dead, there's always a really good response when we play the Grateful Dead, and I said too many covers already. Spencer?
Well, none of them. I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. Actually, this is new cover they were doing last night. The Talking Heads cover. What's the song
it
name?
really-
Cross-eyed and painless.
Cross-eyed and painless.
Cross-eyed and painless. You know, sometimes that's the weird thing because I'm not really a jam band like person.
What kind of person are you then?
I'm
Give
more
him your
like-
1 hour later.
A tour bus is for like 12 motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you
RV's
have
for
like
like
a
me
crew.
and her.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's an
I don't know what
RV.
y'all like.
I know it's a big band for an RV.
Yeah, it's like you don't have your own like beds to sleep, at least bunk beds to sleep in.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the mic and I'm just back at it again. And then it's just like, I don't know what they call that. It's like smoking a cigarette. It's like,
It's in your hands. You gotta
right,
use
it
it.
just happens. It's, kind of sound a little bit dirty though, didn't it?
No, you wore out like us, man.
I know it's we're back at it now. Welcome back to the show. We'll just roll through with this because this is cool, and we'll talk about what I had. But yeah, welcome back. We had a little bit of a what do you call it? Like a technical difficulty earlier where the battery died. So It's back up to 9% now after charging for fucking 3 hours, right? So I think that's enough that we can get this done though. But yeah, welcome back, guys.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So what were we talking about a minute ago before I started this up?
I think we were talking about cover songs.
Yeah, the covers.
songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about RV, man.
We got right.
Yeah. Let's tonight y'all opened up. You had you started here. I should lean up here. You started out with Billy String's cover, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Meet Me at the Creek. Okay, so I heard that. I loved that to begin with. Nate and I, the bartender, we were back there jamming and having a good time. I heard some Widespread Panic. I heard some Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead.
And that's the other ones that I noticed.
Beatles.
The Beatles
Beatles,
cover.
Some Beatles stuff.
I was back here talking to Larry for a minute,
Oh,
so I
okay.
missed the Beatles.
We
yeah.
closed the show with Helter Skelter.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, I heard you all, like, everybody talking up there. I was like, Larry, I got to get back up here if this is their last song. And I'm sorry, I rolled around the corner. And, like,
No, it's all good.
Yeah. So, like, okay, what do you guys think? Because we were talking earlier, Mike, about, like, how you felt about the, just the layout in here and the sound and everything.
We play a lot of bars that, they're just older buildings. The facilities are just kind of run down. When we play in Nashville, we play these tiny, just, like shotgun house kind of bars with a super small stage, no lights. It's how,
Which is still cool.
it is
Which is
still
cool.
it is
Yeah.
cool, but
Yeah.
we're in the trenches. But when we came here to Live at the Shop, it was like the green room was nice. The lights are just like state of the art. The sound was incredible.
I mean, for, like, West Virginia, that's, like, a surprise, isn't it?
It might have been the best that we've ever sounded
Really?
tonight. Well,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's just something about the system, the quality of the speakers and the
Right.
board and
Yeah.
I was blown away with Live at the Shop. I don't know. I was blown away. Might not even really have the words for this club. It was just incredible.
Yeah, it's a cool spot, it's there's a lot of love and a lot of passion that goes into what happens here, and as you can see, it's like all the equipment. I mean, it's almost like enough for a small festival that's out there, honestly. So
You
it's,
could. I think you could.
it's really kind of like we're kind of setting the bar for how things should be around here. Now, like we said, Nashville, there's places you go to, you got just red lights on you every night, but like we want to try to set the bar at least for how we feel things should be at, and give it another. I mean, this isn't a bar; it's a music venue.
Yeah,
It's
it
like people
is,
aren't
right,
just coming
yeah.
off the street and walking here and have a drink, as you guys saw. So it's like the people that are coming here, they're coming here for the music, and like we want to make it a very special and intimate place. So having the right stuff.
No, that's interesting what he says. Like, if we play Nashville, people will come in the middle of a set, they'll have a drink, and they'll leave before the set's even over,
Right.
and that just happens all the time, all night long.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good the jams are, like sometimes they're done with their drink, that's it. They're not
just
really,
bar hopping, right?
they're not there to hear
Yeah.
Wolf or they don't know us or whatever,
Right.
but, the people that came to Live at the Shop, like,
They were here all the way to the end.
they were here
Right.
before we came on stage. They were there when we left, and we were still just talking to people while the after party was going on.
Right.
It was just a great vibe all around. I'm talking.
Yeah,
let
yeah, what do you
let
guys
Melissa
think?
talk it.
I totally agree with all that. Yeah, it was a nice stage.
Yeah.
The lights were fabulous. That always just adds so much because it's a show, right?
Right. Yeah.
And we're a 6-piece,
Mhm.
so to have a physical stage that's big enough
For everybody.
For
on here
everybody.
to have some room too, right?
is just a great blessing that we're not always,
Yeah.
have that much. That was a
Right.
luxury to have that much space up there.
Yeah,
So
sometimes they're a little bit tighter, aren't they?
it was really tight
They're
last night. I was standing
always
on the
tight.
bass drum. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't give you any room to like wiggle or let alone like try to like do a little dance if you're up there too, right?
Right.
Not at all, but
You guys look like you're enjoying yourself tonight, and it's, we always hope to have a good crowd. Like I said, it's like not trying to downplay or upplay anything. I really expected us to have like a pretty solid turnout, and despise just like dropping the fucking letting the cat out of the bag. And there wasn't so many people here, but we talked about like, you know, new bands coming out. You guys said you've never played in West Virginia before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like no following whatsoever. It's cool that the few people that were here that showed up for that, and like that's a lot of respect, you know. So like we hope that people see this and you know they listen. I had a live stream going earlier and had a bunch of people tune into it and we're digging it. And actually one of the people that was watching showed up here earlier and was like, "Oh, I got home, forgot all about whatever like what was going on down there, and I just had to come down and see the band." So like that's cool, you know. It's like as that you know you guys come back and play more, and like hopefully we can have like a good opener that's local for you all next time too. That'll help draw in a crowd as well and make something. I know like you said earlier, like it doesn't matter about that, right? Like, you know, if there's like 10 people there or 50 people there, it's just like the feeling of being able to express yourself on stage and have fun playing. You know, there's a lot that comes from that. And, sorry, here I'm like just fucking rambling here.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No. So, what happened tonight will be captured for people throughout not just West Virginia, but throughout the world on the internet,
Right.
to see what we did here tonight. And it's in the spirit of our genre to just play, you record it, and let the people see it, you know. You know, Melissa played a show one time in Brooklyn, and I was the only person there.
Really? It's
Yeah, yeah.
Brooklyn, New York. Like, how many fucking people
Yeah, I
in
know.
Brooklyn,
There's
New York?
2 point something million in Brooklyn alone, just the borough of Brooklyn. But I was the one at that
Crazy.
show.
Right.
So, you know, like the crowd we had tonight was like, they were vibing, man.
They were vibing, yeah.
Everybody was really having a good time, and like that's what we were talking about earlier. That's what we try to bring. It's like,
That's what it's about.
it doesn't matter if there's one person, if there's 10, if there's 20, if there's 100. It
Right.
doesn't matter. If you're there and you're feeling that joy, we feel that joy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, you know, I saw a few people down in the front dancing, and like I look in their face. I got lights. We got lights in our face a lot.
You
but
can still
like,
see pretty good from that stage.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, you can see right here, and I just saw a few people right there in the front row, right there, and they were just like joy. They didn't have any other expression on their face except this joy.
Yeah.
And you know, we played the Grateful Dead song, and I saw like an older head, and he's like, dude, you know, he was West LA fading away, you know, and you could sense his joy that he was glad he was there, and
It's like you say, like, oh, they're playing a cover song that I know. Hell yeah, right?
Yeah,
I can vibe with this.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Some people sometimes just latch on to something familiar that they know, and helps them kind of get into Wolf. That's what we try to do. You know, we
Yeah.
could get up there and play a whole show of originals.
Right.
We could. But you might not get that joy on as many people's face, you know. And rock and roll is, you get to do what you want.
Right.
We could go play a whole show of covers. This is our band. It's our stuff.
This is your passion. This is what it's all
Yeah.
about, right?
So, you know, choosing the covers, we take it seriously. You know, we don't draw them out of a hat. We don't randomly pick covers.
Right.
We pick covers that we think our audience is gonna enjoy.
Right. Yeah.
So, we're back to the covers here. Let you guys talk a little bit. Tell them about the covers.
You want to move on? No, I mean, I guess one more thing I'll say about it is like the cool thing about being in a jam band. Like I've been in actual cover bands. That's all we did.
Yeah.
You know, like we just gigged around and played covers, and that's cool. And a lot of what he's talking about happens with that because you can play 3 hours of just radio rock tunes for people, and they just have a great time.
Right, yeah.
What we do in the jam band world is we at least get to take those and put our own spin on it. We try to have some kind of jam open up in the middle of any of these songs. And that's where we really get the chance to like we kind of hook people in with. Here's like a chorus and a verse, you know, but then we're gonna take it to Weird Town for a second
Yeah.
before
Come
we bring
back
it
to
back,
it.
and then you bring it back, and then like, oh yeah, they were playing this song. Like, that's a fun thing to do with best with that.
That's some of my favorites. You know, you have like 2 or even 3 songs that go into it, and then you forget about like the first song until they come back to it after the third. You're like, oh.
I do it myself in the
Yeah.
jams. I have to ask myself like, oh, what song are we playing?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I have to think for a
Sometimes
second. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, one of my
But it's
favorite albums is the one called Zonky by Humphreys
I
McGee.
love that one.
Yeah,
Big
it's all
fan.
like
Big
mashup
fan.
jams. Yeah, and that's so cool because it's like
I'm the Humphreys guy. in the
Humphreys
band.
guy. Yeah, Humphreys is cool. They rock hard. They played at Mountain Music Fest. It's like our big like local West Virginia festival.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
played there 2 times in a row. I don't know whose idea that was to book it 2 times, but I guess they loved him enough the first year. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have him back the next
Yeah.
year. And all those awesome performance. I'm biased. 2 times in a row, like back to back. Like, maybe not so much, but Humphreys fucking killed it either
Right,
way.
man.
Yeah.
I
And
love
like
them.
like you'd expect them to get out there. They played like some songs, but they were really hard with what they're playing. Yeah, it was really heavy.
Yep.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what would you call that in between? Like they're a jam band when you get heavy like that.
They're
it's
like they're. I would say they're on the prog rock spectrum
Prog
of
rock.
jam bands. You know, progressive rock.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they would. They touch every genre almost. It
Right.
seems throughout a set, but so yeah, prog rock's the easiest way to.
I met Brandon Bayless backstage there at Mountain Music
Wow.
Fest one year. Yeah, I was. It's like one of the first years I was up there, and I was interviewing Big Something. You guys know who Big
Oh
Something
yeah,
is?
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Yeah,
too.
shout out to Nick McDaniels. I try saying that tongue tied 10 times faster. I've been drinking tequila, so. And, anyways, Brandon Bayless hopped on the bus and stepped in and said hey to everybody. And,
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow. I was like, I'm a celebrity right now.
Yeah.
So but sorry, it's one of those episodes, one of those things I had meet with people. Sometimes you exchange with people throughout the scene and like you don't realize like how significant it may be until afterwards, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's
How it
cool.
goes.
That's like the key
Yeah.
to life in general.
Been
I think.
there.
Right, yeah.
Just treat everybody like they're important. I don't know.
Right.
To put it simply.
I try to treat everybody just
Yeah.
like a normal person or like a
Right.
friend and stuff too.
Yeah.
You guys have been super cool hanging out with and chatting, and your band was awesome too. And
Thank you.
yeah, we were talking about that song earlier, 777s. Tell me about that.
777 is actually it started. Our drummer actually like wrote the main riff for that, and he just kind of sent it into our group chat, and then the rest of it came about. Like Michael and Melissa sat around and kind of pieced the rest of it out, and so it was a little bit of a collaboration, but it came together quick. But it's really turned into like a high point of our set already. It's been a good song for
So,
us.
like, do you think the drummer was kind of like manifesting some sort of like angel energy sort of thing going on? Because that's what the 777s are about. Is their angel numbers, or is it like he's just a gambler and finds that's his lucky number?
The song wasn't named 777s until we
Yeah.
started writing the words
lyrics.
to the song.
Oh, okay.
So when Matt, our drummer, wrote the riff,
Yeah.
he was actually just playing on guitar and sent us a video of him playing guitar.
And we all loved it.
And we were
were
like,
all
yeah,
like,
that's
yes,
a-
like
yeah.
that's a song. Like,
Right.
yeah, 100%. Oh no, sorry.
100%. We loved it, and we were just like, man, we can turn that into a song. The riff was hot, and he had the chord progression that was is jammable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
chord progressions, you're just like,
It's still on.
we're still going.
We're still going. Yeah. The chord progression.
Yeah, the chord progression was Melissa's able to lay something on it. Sam's able to lay something on it, and
Y'all just kind of like
It's
work
cool.
together to build
It's fun.
what the song comes out to, right?
Yeah.
With that one, yeah.
With the writing process, is it normally that way? Like you come out with like the tune first, or the chords, the progressions,
It's
and
like
then
always different
add-
every time. I
add the
think.
lyrics afterwards, or
Yeah, so it's almost like every song is gonna kind of have their own story to them about how they came to be and how they were written and stuff.
right?
Like some of our originals, like we played "Into the Ocean Tonight." That's a song that Melissa wrote. Just the chords, the melody, the whole thing, and she went into the computer program.
Ableton.
Ableton.
Okay, yes. She's the music tech person in our
Music tech, social media,
Yeah,
social media,
backbone
she
of the band, right?
lead
Uh,
player, everything.
It's a
Yeah,
good record.
songwriter. So Andrew wrote a song called Captain Clunk that we played tonight, and he wrote the words and the chords and charted the whole thing out, and that's how that song came to be. We played a song I wrote tonight called Party for Free.
Okay.
We went to go see Goose at Ascend Amphitheater in Nashville, and Melissa and I were listening really close, and we heard that E flat F that happens in Reba, and he was kind of doing it in like this Disco Biscuit style. So Goose is playing Reba in a Disco Biscuit style, and we look up, and Rick is like doing the barber like dance, you know. We were like, wow, and we were kind of vibing like, wow, what is this? And she heard, she was like, those are the Reba chords. So we go home, you know, and we were like playing, and we tried to capture that kind of Disco Biscuits vibe to the Reba chords, because Goose was just kind of, they were kind of doing it spontaneously, and it just happened. And that's what happens in this jam band stuff. It's like there's a magic moment, you don't know when it's going to be or what it's going to be, and that's what the audience can kind of take away. And you know, we're influenced by so many people as far as songwriting and stuff like that goes, so you can just take one thing out of a great concert, like one magic moment, and make your own song, you know. So any other songs? Let Melissa talk about her songs.
Yeah, we're hogging the mic. Yeah.
Not at all.
Sorry guys, I want to work on this. I want to put some money into getting. I've got what I need. I just need a little bit more.
No, we're good. This is great.
Good,
No, we're good.
Everybody's like, I gotta share a mic, and then some people get up and they like really hog the mic and don't think about it. But
It's always
same
good.
guys.
I'm sorry about
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. Not you. Sorry, I'm thinking about it. Jesse Braintree from the Hog Brothers. Man, he was hogging the mic, and I could see like everybody else wanted to talk. That was 2 episodes ago. Yeah, and that guy, he just talked my damn leg off the whole time. Like, he's great.
You guys are great. I agree with everything.
So like, yeah, tell me, like, they've been hogging the mic. Let's hear about your music.
This is the music.
This is all of your music except for the covers.
No, not true. Like they were talking about End of the Ocean, and we have some others that I play or that we play now, and I say I because many of these songs for me that I wrote before the band existed. I told you before, this has been a dream for a long time. So to find the right people that would want to be in a flute rock band takes a special type.
That's a fact.
So it took a minute. So before that, since I just play the flute, it's like, well, how do you teach a band the song that you have written? So I've actually been playing them as solo flute looping, like use a loop pedal and play them as a solo in my solo act. And then made demos on Ableton just to be like, hey, no, this is the vision for this song. And that just helps enormously. So, you know, you can quickly get your idea across without spending a ton of time in rehearsal. Like, no, we want it to have a disco vibe or whatever it is. So it's just been an interesting process as a flute player that does not play guitar or drums or bass. Well, very well. You don't want to hear that. To present a songwriting idea to a group like this.
Okay. Seems like there's a lot of dynamics that really go into that and making it happen, because you might just think like, oh, you know, like flute in with the band, no big deal. But when you're actually like writing the songs that are specific to the instrument that you're playing, and then having to essentially like teach the guys how to play with it, there's a lot that really makes that happen that maybe some people won't think about, you know.
They actually don't need a lot of teaching, but if you can play it,
That's awesome.
I'm like, that goes a long way, and they just take it to a new place that maybe I didn't expect or couldn't do myself as an Ableton finger drummer. And I think maybe you probably might feel the same way about Clunk and other songs
for
too.
sure.
So, like, what's in store for the band for the rest of the year? You guys got any like big shows or like any festivals you're doing? Anything that you can maybe talk about?
Shout out to Fest.
We got a couple things lined up for what we're calling our summer tour.
Okay.
Next up is the Midsummer's Groove at the Grove in Glasgow, Kentucky, which is a little jam band festival of Kentucky bands, and also Act Casual from Detroit. So that should be pretty sweet.
Cool.
After that, we're kind of going off the rock road a little bit and playing at the National Flute Convention
Okay.
in Atlanta.
Yeah, that should be a surprise for the people down there.
It's gonna be. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Exactly. I don't think there's ever been a rock band at the flute convention.
It might be the first rock band that ever wins at the flute convention.
No, really, it's definitely
They'll
going to.
blow their fucking
No
flutes off.
competition.
Yeah.
We're closing the convention.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna
There's-
win it. Yeah,
oh,
there's
yeah.
nobody will be able to compare.
Right.
Unless it's Jethro
We're
Tull,
after,
right?
I think, the Air Force.
Oh
band.
yeah.
So
I know you might have
it's-
some competition.
It's no
there.
joke,
Yeah.
and it's a big honor. I've been to that convention lots of times,
Yeah.
but not with Wolf. So that's going to be making hopefully a point, a wave in the
Yeah.
classical flute world.
Okay. And what else? What else is coming up?
And we got a final gig near our hometown at Mammoth Valley Park.
Yeah.
Mammoth
So-
Valley, is that like near Mammoth Caves?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Yeah.
We're
okay.
from there. We're from Bowling Green.
All
Bowling
right.
Green's right there.
Okay. Don't let my brain slide off this what I'm thinking right now, but keep going.
No.
What do you? Okay, so in Mammoth Caves, like you can only explore so much of the caves because they say like you can't disturb like the whatever that
it's an
grows in there and shit.
ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Yeah, but what if the caves lead to the actual like they're the underworld already? But like, what if it goes? They say like there's miles and miles of caves that are
It's the
unexplored.
largest
right
in the world.
In the world,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Okay, yeah.
Hundreds of miles.
Hundreds of so like what's really down there aside from like fungus and like like little cells and
You're gonna find out on our debut album.
okay.
Yes. You're getting right to the mythology
that's-
of Wolf. That's yet
Okay.
unreal.
That is so crazy you talked about that. man.
Yeah, I want to go camping out there, drive the RV. Like
Yeah.
my dad and I talked about that, and it was like,
Yeah.
let's go explore Mammoth Caves and let's try to sneak off the path too.
No, well, I wouldn't have brought this up, but you went down the rabbit
I'm going
hole.
down the hole.
So let me tell you what is in the cave.
What's in the cave?
Cave shrimp.
Cave shrimp,
It's a species
like
of,
crayfish.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But they're blind.
Right.
They live in the dark, and they live down in the cave. And they just, there's this whole ecosystem of these cave shrimp.
Yeah.
They're freshwater shrimp, and Melissa and I have written kind of like a rock opera about the cave shrimp.
Okay.
I know.
There's
Very
a little
jam
There's a
band.
little teaser here. Is this
I
something
told
that
No,
you
yeah,
know?
total teaser.
Yeah, okay.
I told you I would not have brought this up, but you brought up the caves, and
It was a sign.
it was a sign
Yeah.
that just kind of like,
Okay.
we had the 777s,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we wrote this libretto about the shrimp. They want to get out of the cave.
Right.
They want to come into the light, into this world, And there's some characters that come in and out of the cave shrimp's world, some villains and heroes and this kind of stuff.
Right.
And the moral of the story is that eventually, I don't want to ruin it, but eventually the cave shrimp are able to get out of
Okay.
the cave and into the water and the streams that are
Yeah.
outside in the sunlight. But they realize that they can't see, the sun's just hurting them, and it was perfect right where they were.
Right.
They had everything they needed right there in the cave, and their struggle to kind of get out of the cave was all in vain because they were just chasing something that they didn't really want in the end.
Right. It's almost kind of like a metaphor for life in a way. Is that like we're fine where we are and we can be complacent where we are, but the grass is always greener on the other side. Right?
That's what the cave
Yeah,
shrimp
yeah,
were
right.
thinking exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
we're all thinking.
That the
Yeah.
grass was going to be greener when they finally got out of the cave. But
Right.
we don't want to spoil the rock opera and the whole. I don't even know what we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
We've written some of the songs and
Yeah.
stuff, and it
Okay.
anyway. The
Okay.
the
Keep
next
it
time
posted.
we play live at the shop,
Yeah.
we'll do a deep dive into the rock opera, maybe the characters and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'll let Melissa elaborate
That's
Ill
enough.
effect.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, I'll just say that as far as what's on the horizon, like that's definitely on the horizon. Like we've got this set of shows that we're running through right now through the end of the summer and a little bit into the fall, and then, you know, going back to talking a little bit about covers and originals, like it's definitely our goal to get to like a predominantly original set by like I'd say like next summer. So I would be looking out between now and then for some kind of album release. Like we're definitely looking to do some actual recording because we really haven't done that yet. We've recorded
Right.
videos. We've got some audio recorded from video, but
Yeah.
nothing for streaming yet.
We will never stop playing good covers.
Right.
To let the audience know, we're never gonna stop.
Yeah.
You can come see Wolf in 10 years, and you very well might
Right.
hear
Something
CMP.
we just played tonight.
You might, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You might hear a Billy song. You might
Right.
hear a Dead song. There's never gonna be a point in time where Wolf will go past playing cover, just because when we play a cover, we try to honor the artist.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Fair
You're
enough.
not gonna butcher a cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's man, you guys are so cool. It's been fun hanging out and chatting with you.
too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
been
like late. I like
That's
doing
great.
these earlier when I'm still energized and stuff. But like we're chilling.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Earlier, hold on, let me look at this. Let's
I'm
see.
probably more awake
Let's see
now.
how much percent we got here. We got 3%. I think we've got just enough time. You guys still want to.
Yeah, get some Melissa.
No,
Get
I
some
don't-
more Melissa.
I don't know if I
You
have
got too
Oh,
much
here
of
we
me.
go,
your
Melissa.
confession.
Did you think about a confession?
Do I have a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
confession?
Here we
Well,
go.
you don't look at me.
See, that's
You
why
know
I
all my
mentioned earlier.
stories.
Do another confessions on the grass cast, and you think of me like I'm a priest. I'm a
You
priest,
gotta
okay?
get
I'm on the
I'm
other
not-
side.
I'd
Confession.
Sorry,
just-
no, I
I'm
gotta
on the
go.
other
This
side
is
of the
a good one.
wall.
So I was living in Florida.
You gotta
and,
tell.
I was living in Florida, and I was coming home from work one night, and I just bought this. This is gonna sound so silly. This is why it's a confession. I just bought a brand new Honda Civic, and it was like top trim level, right? So like the best kind of Civic you could get, you know. But it was a Honda Civic, and I was coming home from work, and my buddy was driving like a Charger or something like that next to me, and I was like, "Let's race, bro. Let's race. Like race me in my Honda Civic, right?"
Yeah.
And so
How about this?
so
go
I wait
ahead.
till we get to a stoplight that's gonna go onto an exit ramp to come onto a parkway or something, and we hit it, man, and you know, by the time we got on the freeway, we're both going like 80, 90, like something like that. Blue lights, dude, just
Oh,
immediately.
no.
I'm like, oh, shit. And so I'm in the back, obviously. I'm in the Civic, so so I can pull over, and then I just turned it on, dude. Like the cop comes up, I'm like acting. I'm already like I'm acting like shaking, and I'm just like, dude, this guy, like this dude, man, like he wouldn't get off my ass, and he was like bothering me and whatever, like, and he was like, oh, that guy, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, I hit it hard to try and create separation, and he was like, that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm like, yeah, and he's like, he gets on his walk, he's like, all right, we got the Charger at the neck. I'm like, thanks, bro. He's like, dude, you did the right thing. Have a good night. And then I just sold my buddy out, like, so I get on the phone and I call him, and I'm like, dude, you got to get off now and like run. I just sold you out, and, like told him what was up.
That's fucking
But I got
wild,
away.
yeah.
You know,
He
like,
got away.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
that's
got
good.
it. He got away. I got away. It was good.
Awesome,
yeah.
yeah.
It's all good.
Dang, what a confession. That's awesome.
People who know me and ride around with me know this about me, but I listen to country radio.
All right, tell me more.
That's the
That's
confession.
it. That's the
We're talking like Alan Jackson and Brooks
Alan
and Dunn.
Jackson,
We're
Brooks
talking
and
like
Dunn.
Hank Williams
We're
Jr.
talking Travis Tritt. I'll listen to Hanks and I love the simple country music songs, and when I listen to this country music radio, if it's like good time 80s 90s country,
Right.
you get like Brent Mason solos and these really incredible guitar solos. They're not long, you know, we're jam bands, those solos aren't long,
Right.
but they pack a punch, you know, and I love those Nashville guitar players, Daniel Donato and Luke McQuarrie and Brent Mason and J.D. Simo and just all the killer Nashville players. They're all on those songs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You hear one of those country songs, it might be Blake Shelton singing the song, but there's rippers under that track, and I love country music. And when people get in my truck or whatever driving around, they're like, man, you know, you listen to this? What is this? And Melissa, she'll make me turn we're driving, you know, we drove from Louisville to Charleston, nothing on the radio, not a single thing.
It's quiet, listen to the engine the whole time.
We talk, you know, we're talking or whatever, but not a single song, because she knows all my stuff is just like country radio. So it's like a guilty pleasure, and it's not that I'm ashamed of it. It's just that people really will give you a hard time, especially in our jam band world. Like, there's space for a good country song in the jam band world. Come on now.
Right, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Humphrey's Night at the Ryman there was a lot of country and bluegrass.
Hey, think about like how many bands, you know, like how country and like rock, it's not country and rock, what is it? Okay, so Beyonce won like all these Grammys for being best country artist, which is total bullshit. And then Sierra Farrell, you know who Sierra Farrell is?
Yeah.
Sierra Farrell.
She's from right up here.
She's from Charleston. Yeah, I reached out. I actually want to interview Sierra, try to get her on the podcast next time that she's in town visiting her family. And I actually, through the help of social media last week, I made that request and had a bunch of people reach out, and one of them specifically was actually her brother. So, yeah, and he said he would get my message to her and send me screenshots and everything after he sent it to her. So, you know, hopefully have this up in the air. But aside from that, it's, you know, the dynamic between, like, country music and, gosh, there's, like, like Kendall Street Company. Do you know who they are?
Sure, they're Charlottesville.
All right, yeah, Charlotte. Like, those are my homies, and they're doing some, like, country songs that's mixed in with their, like, jammy stuff right now that's actually kind of cool, you know? So, like, I guess, like, bridging that gap between like two different genres is pretty interesting, and seeing these new artists emerge, like country and hip hop, like Shabuzi, or even what's that big fat black dude out of Texas, Big X the Plug, like he's on a Shabuzi song too. So it's like, you know, seeing that bridge between the two, it's almost like the sense of like jam bands, you know, having, you know, rock and bluegrass and like, I don't know, like fusion of
it's all fair game.
It's all
fair game.
Right.
It is fair.
Yeah.
It's interesting what's happening.
So do you think you guys would ever do like a country mix then?
For sure.
Yeah.
The original name of the band was supposed to be Michael's Good Time Country Band.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
yeah.
Wolf ended up being what we went with.
Yeah.
That was on the table, I think, for a brief amount of time.
We were thinking about it. I got outvoted.
Look out for our side project.
Okay.
That's going to be called that.
Yeah, Mike, say it again one more
Michael's
time.
Good Time Country Band.
Michael's Good Time Country Band.
Michael's
like
Good
that.
Time Country
Band. Kind of like a Sgt. Pepper's feel to it.
Yeah.
I tell the band sometimes, I'm like, I'm going to quit. I'm just going to quit Wolf, and I'm not playing with Wolf, and then I'm going to go start Michael's Good Time Country Band.
Right.
And everybody just laughs their ass off because they know I'm never really going to.
It's a good name.
It is a good name. Yeah. It would be a good band, too, especially if I could convince Wolf to, like,
right.
If this doesn't work out,
then
like, as much as you guys support her, like, y'all should support him.
One day.
Let Melissa give her take.
Well,
you got a confession, Melissa?
Okay.
I don't know about a
You ever
confession.
robbed anybody or murdered anybody
Good Lord.
with a flute?
Well, you made it sound like I hate country
No,
music,
you
and that's
don't.
not
You
necessarily
don't.
the truth. And
No,
we can
you don't.
totally listen to your country music on the ride tomorrow. It's
Okay.
fine. We do Billy Strings. We do some bluegrass
That's
music.
true, yeah.
Sam Locke is our amazing fiddle player, who's not here right now, but was here earlier.
Right.
And he actually introduced me to Billy Strings when we started this band. I was like, well, what should we play in this band?
He was
What
like,
do you wanna
Billy
play?
Strings.
Right.
And he was like, I love Billy Strings. And honestly, I was not familiar with his work at all. And of course, I support my band members, right?
Of
So,
course.
and I take that to heart. So I was like, who is this Billy Strings guy? And while it's not like my personal number one favorite, like I respect the hell out of what Billy Strings is doing, and that's rad.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
cool.
great. There's definitely songs that I think fit the Wolf sound, like Meet Me at the Creek, which we played earlier today. We do like a Bela Fleck, Stomping Grounds. So we're not totally out. I
That's
know
true.
that's country and bluegrass are two separate genres, but
She's a great band leader.
the genre lines are just extremely blurred, and even the name jam band, I don't know, it's
what
almost
is that?
kind of a
Right.
joke because it's like so broad that it kind of encompasses whatever you want that to mean.
Right.
And we have everything from like almost a heavy helter-skelter kind of a metal-ish to the bluegrass sound to a funk sound. So like you just never really know what we're going to be bringing in any
Right.
set. So to put a genre label, I think last night, someone at the show we played last night said we figured out how we're going to describe your genre of music, and I said, well,
Oh.
this is fabulous
Yeah,
because
we
we've
need
been
to
trying to
know.
figure this out. So I'll buy you a drink if you can say. And he had a lot of wonderful adjectives. The one I remember was holographic.
Okay. All right.
So I like how
Holographic.
we're thinking
It was a
outside
whole
the
bunch.
box.
Hey, what's up? Sorry about the technical difficulties during the podcast. We had a really good time at Live at the Shop, playing the show and doing the podcast, and just being there at the venue was a lot of fun. We will see you guys next time. And just a big thank you to everybody at Live at the Shop and that came out to the show to support the band.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I hope you'll follow us or find us on the internet at wolfjams.com. We're on Instagram at wolf_jams. And I'll see you next time.
See ya.
All right, y'all. Been trying to work on this last video for about 10 minutes now, but between one thing and another, my neighbor's dog barking, my cat meowing, traffic coming up and down the road, or even a plane that was in the sky a few minutes ago, been everything but simple. So, as you know, my battery died the other night at the end of the interview with Wolf. We had maybe 10 minutes left on it before it cut out. Now, usually this doesn't happen, but unfortunately, sometimes these things do. It's a little bit embarrassing, but, you know, like I said, things like this happen sometimes. So hopefully next time we won't have any issues. We'll have 2 batteries on hand, and it'll all be smooth. But I want to give a shout out to the band Wolf, all the way from Bowling Green, Kentucky. They put on a killer show, and they were fantastic to talk with. Not only did they sit down at the beginning before their show, but they actually hung out until about 1:30 in the morning to finish up the interview. So shout out to them. Make sure you go follow them on social media, listen to their music. It's all on YouTube. I don't think there's anything on Spotify yet, but make sure you keep up with them and check out their tunes. So thank you all for watching. If you like my show, you can check out more. It's the Grassroots 304 podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and on Rumble. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Mike Grassroots. And yeah, make sure you support live local music like The Shop, 1233 Ohio Avenue in Dunbar, West Virginia. They make a lot of good things happening here in the Charleston area, and a lot more to come for the rest of the year. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. Peace.